I consider myself a careful driver. I'm nearly 26 and I've never had a speeding ticket. I've gotten pulled over once when I was 16 or 17, but only because I had a headlight out. The officer gave me a warning and I fixed it the next day. I drive the speed limit, no more than 3 over. I come to a full stop at stop signs, and I try not to take risks when turning left or in general, really. I drive with the mindset that I'm not in any hurry. I'll get there when I get there. I know that speeding or tailgating won't really help me get to my destination any faster. Road rage will kill you one day, you know. You act irrationally when you're angry. I'd rather be safe and calm. I got off work on Saturday night. I worked the swing shift, second shift, evening shift, whatever you want to call it. So I get there in the early afternoon and leave around 11 or 12 at night. It was about 11:15 p.m. and it seemed like most everyone had bedded down for the night. The cars on the road were few and far between, which was fine with me. I turned up the radio. Christmas was right around the corner and the radio stations had been playing Christmas carols since the weekend before Thanksgiving. They're starting earlier and earlier every year, I swear. Frosty the Snowman came on the radio and I hummed along, tapping my fingers on the steering wheel. My commute took about 30 minutes to get home. I worked on a military base and the gate closest to my house was closed at night and on weekends, so I had to drive quite a ways out of my way to leave through the open gate. From there, most of my drive was on the highway that ran adjacent to the base. I was alone on the stretch of highway, just the carols and the distant twinkle of Christmas lights to keep me company. Well, I was alone for a few minutes at least. I noticed a pair of headlights in the distance behind me. They seemed to be approaching pretty quickly, but I wasn't going to change my speed. Besides, there were 2 lanes. They could pass me. I continued to sing along to the radio as I lazily make my way home. A few minutes go by and I notice the headlights are now a lot closer to me. I can see it's a large SUV. I think it's black, but it's not easy to tell in the dark. Soon, it's right behind me. Okay, that's pretty normal. I live in Georgia and, well, the drivers here aren't the best. They love to tailgate and I swear they're all out to get you. It's not unusual for a car to catch up to the car in front, slow their speed, but continue to tailgate, and then 30 seconds or so later, they'll change lanes and speed past them. Why? I have no clue. You'd think they'd want to pass immediately, but maybe I'm missing something. I'm not originally from here, so I guess I missed whatever traffic brainwashing they all received. I look away from my rearview mirror and focus on the road in front of me. I have my cruise control set to 57 miles per hour and I am ready to get home. It was a really long week at work. I think I need some bourbon and a bubble bath to finish this week off right. I had gone to the liquor store on my way into work, so I had a nice enough mid-shelf bottle in the trunk for this weekend. I finished crooning along to the tune on the radio and I realized the SUV is still behind me. Huh. It's been a minute or two. Maybe his turn-off is coming up. I know there are a few neighborhoods up ahead, but soon we pass by them. The SUV keeps inching closer and closer to my aging Camry. We are literally the only 2 cars on the road. Why doesn't he just pass me? Surely you can tell by now that I'm not going to go any faster, and it's obvious he's getting frustrated. I roll my eyes and let out a sigh. Oh well, he can do what he wants. Another minute goes by and I swear he's just inches away from my bumper. I think the light clicked in his head since he finally swerves into the left lane and zooms past me. He's not quite past my front bumper yet when he decides to switch back into the right lane. He nearly hit me. I had to slam on the brakes to give him enough room to get over. What a jerk. But hey, like I said, Georgia drivers are actively trying to get you. He speeds off ahead, but as he lays on the gas, he kicks up a rock into my windshield. It doesn't crack, but it does chip off a nice chunk. just slightly below where the rearview mirror sits. Great. Now I'm going to have to get that filled. Thanks, buddy. There's a slight pounding between my eyes. Great. A headache is just what I need right now. I definitely need some of that bourbon. I switched into the left lane as I crest the last big hill, and I noticed the black SUV sitting in the left turn lane, waiting for the light to give him a green arrow. I pull in behind him. See? Driving dangerously doesn't get you there any faster. I wish people would figure this out already. The light changes, and we both turn left onto the residential road. We drive about a mile down the road when he turns right into a cul-de-sac. No blinkers, of course. I see him pull into his driveway and park, but at least I'm rid of him. I turn right onto the next road and park my car. I just sit there for a few minutes, rubbing my forehead in the hopes of relieving some of the tension behind my eyes. No such luck. I get out of the car and grab my work bag and the bottle of bourbon out of the trunk. I make my way on the small path to the backyard and open the gate. Oh, good. The back door is unlocked. I walk in and set my stuff on the dining room table. I make my way through the kitchen and upstairs to the bathroom. You know, it's funny. People take a lot of risks. It's not safe. It'll kill you one day. You should always lock your doors and windows, patio doors, sliding glass doors, and especially the door between the garage and the house. You shouldn't keep your kitchen knives so prominently displayed on the kitchen counter. You shouldn't blast loud rock music while you're at your most vulnerable, standing naked in the shower. But it's okay. I told him all these things. I told him how dangerous his lifestyle was as I plunged the knife into his gut and carved a smile into his abdomen. His innards spilled out on the shower floor as I lectured him about keeping his house secure. He gasped for air as the blood rushed out of his now open stomach. I lectured him about the dangers of tailgating and why he should never drive angry. I know he heard what I said and that he took it to heart. He knows what he did was irresponsible and dangerous. As he took his final breath, I know he heard me when I told him that road rage would kill you one day.